I hope you can hear it. Good morning, comrades. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to rainy, cold, wet Nürburgring. But today is a very special video because, first of all, today it is actually the Sunday, the 12th of March, which means this video was shot and published on the same day, yes. And most importantly, today is the last day that I get to do nothing, because next week is going to be the track's first opening, if you don't count the noise in the background, about which I will tell you more in a bit. So today I decided to be extra lazy and just do as much as nothing as possible. Stayed in bed until 11, got up around 12, and now almost 3 o'clock I decided to make a video, although we still have lots of Sweden content, but I wanted to share these things and catch up with you. So first of all, let me know what you guys are doing, how you guys are doing, what's going on in your lives, and also, speaking of which, what are you looking forward to the most this year? What would you like to see the most on my channel? More off, less off, more pancakes, less onboards, more vlogs, more racing, there's going to be that, more project cars. Did I say multiple? Yep, all of that is going to happen, but let me know. So, having said that, let's quickly run through a couple of updates what have been happening. Well, as mentioned, today is a test and setup day, Test and Einstellfahrt, or Probe und Einstellfahrten in German. This means the cars are allowed to go on track for the first time. Now, they were supposed to be able to go out on Friday and Saturday. Today is Sunday. Both days were cancelled. I think yesterday maybe they drove a bit on the GP track. I think they did. But nothing on Nordschleife, because we still had lots of snow and freezing. We had even black ice here. So that's kind of not cool. Now, speaking of which, for next week, the prediction it is that it's going to be around 11 or 12 degrees. But chance of rain, at least till Sunday, as much as we can see forward. Weather can change here anytime. As long as there's no snow, I'm happy. I will happily take even wet laps, because we all love wet laps, although they don't look as exciting on camera. But yeah, I hope that the track will be open in time. Now, you might also ask, hey, why are you not showing us some race cars? Well, because racing events require media license that is quite expensive. Last year the fee was around 300 euros, and nobody cares about racing content on my channel. Sorry, that's a hard reality. 20,000 people might care about it, but not the usual 500,000 for an onboard. And speaking in business perspective and AdSense, if it's gonna get me like 20 or 30 euros and I need to pay 300, where's the logic of it? So simple as that. Now let's talk about some other updates. So we have here at Apex, we have of course the cars that came out of the winter sleep, winter hibernation. We have the black Golf that returned from the winter storage. Still need to put the plates on. Same goes for 218, the car that will be entering its 6th year since 2017 on track. And gonna try not to jinx it, but almost indestructible with exception of some clutches, and almost uncrashable with exception of someone who actually managed to crash it twice in one lap back in 2017. It was quite an interesting story, but due to its relatively low speed, unless you know how to carry speed through corners, and high safety due to modification to the suspension, handling and brakes, it's one of the safest cars that we have. Speaking of some other cars, because you might be asking what's happening here, we have here Claudia's Megane. Claudia's, by the way, Adrian's wife, in case you missed it. She's been recently on a track day, that's why there's a tow hook here. Just kidding, the car actually broke down. Yeah, so it got towed here so George can take a look at it. So maybe Megane will be leaving us soon. A replacement for another Megane. Now, this is probably more of your taste. The V10 M6, which belongs to our old friend Fabi. It will be picked up tomorrow for engine rebuild, and after that we should be able to take it out on track. It already has some work done to it, different exhaust, mid pipes, X pipes, all kinds of pipes and bags and all kinds of stuffs. Nothing new with the Golf, nothing new with the trailer, nothing new with the yard. Now, another thing that has happened in between is last week there was a press conference of this week actually, because we're now on Sunday, Earlier this week there was a press conference of the Nürburgring, and lots of emphasis was on the digitalization, something that we covered during the construction works videos, the installation of all these cameras, the AI running cameras, 4K cameras that have AI system that should help, not definitely help, they will help make the Nürburgring a lot safer. And according to the PR, the head of PR of Nürburgring, this is the biggest project since the construction of the GP track in 1984. And I can agree, because it will definitely make the place significantly safer, and maybe will introduce lots of more opportunities and possibilities. Now the thing is, we for the first time saw how this system is working. So the system, as mentioned, it has AI. This means it can recognize what is on the track, whether it is a car or a motorcycle, and where it is and what it does. So if it's driving, no problem. If it goes on the grass, there comes an error in the race control, because there are going to be 150 cameras, or maybe slightly more, and if one person needs to watch all 150 cameras at the same time, it's going to be difficult. So there are going to be like all kinds of small screens, and when there's an error happening, the screen gets bigger, so the marshal will get to see what is happening. And automatical deployment of yellow lights, if the car goes not only on the grass but also, for example, into the barrier, of course. Automatical deployment of yellow lights. I love the sounds in the background. Racing soon this year again. Yeah, so system will be a lot safer. It's also it will make the track safer. It's also working in the rain, as we were shown. So yeah, full implementation will be in 2025 only, because by now only 40% of the track is covered. Next year or next winter they're gonna cover another 60%. And I assume, since it's by 2025, the season of 2024 will be used to the final fine-tuning of the system, making sure that it's going to be fully operational by 2025. Can we assume that it's going to be working by 2024, or some of it this year? Knowing the German kind of things and the liability, responsibility, they're not going to say yes until it is 100% waterproof. So the official statement is 2025. That's all I can say. But hopefully, of course, we'll get some fruits or the benefits of it this year. Now, what else do we have happening here that I can tell you to fill up the vlog? Let's go quickly look on the inside, what is there. So first of all, here it's significantly cleaner than the last time I showed it to you, when it was fully with the parts of E46 M3, the taxi for this year, which is currently right now at Stahlis. Our cage builder is getting a full cage, and later it's gonna come back to be assembled with sequential gearbox and all kinds of interesting shebang attached to it. But yeah, also one of the last times that us guys, get to see this office empty, because, well, from next week on, there's always going to be someone. The team is also enjoying the last day off before the season, I would say the last Sunday, and there is that. Now, when we look at the workshop here, the M4 came back out of the winter storage. We done already lots of videos on this car, of the complete rebuild that happened end of last year. Of course, the full build of the M2 that happened a few weeks ago, or a month ago or so. We published a video explaining you everything. The car actually went recently for TÜV, so it's got all approved. Everything is in the papers, which is good. And the same goes for the red Golf. It received its TÜV, I believe, last Saturday, or even 2 weeks before that, so it's ready to hit the track, and it's one of the cars that I'm extremely excited about to go out on track. Although it is, of course, I'm just checking who is driving here. Some lost soul, French plates, probably checking, what's happening at Apex, or maybe they took a wrong turn, I don't know. I'm extremely excited to drive these cars, and of course it is going to be wet, probably, hopefully not. Make sure to come to the opening day, because when more cars are driving, this means the track will dry up soon, if there is no continuous rain, of course. That's kind of it, I guess, for today's quick video of quick update of quick last nothingness before the season hits us next week. I'm super excited. I'm like, really, first of all, I want to say massive thank you for supporting the channel, supporting me over the winter, watching all of my stuff. for coming and drive with me last year. So we had so many onboards that I could publish this winter without worrying of like, oh, I need to film something, what I'm going to film, what I'm going to show to keep the channel afloat. It was a valid concern, and sometimes you just like end up producing some nonsense that nobody cares about, and people would be like, I don't want to watch this thing. And it's a real thing, but this winter was, considering the fact that I was out of action for 1 month with my jaw surgery and I lost over a month of footage on a crashed SSD, including Drive Tribe video that everyone has been asking for, the E61. Hopefully we can redo something with them this year. I'm sure we will. There are going to be lots of cool opportunities, collabs, maybe some sim racing stuff, because you already seen Hello Viewers Super GT here in one of the previous videos. Jimmy Broadbent was here as well. Is that your pigeon dance?
That's my content. That's why knees don't work on 31 dance.
Anyway, looking forward to kick off the season, to get all the excitement again going, driving, instructing, racing. Yeah, it's gonna be great. So again, let me know what you guys are looking forward to the most. I'm looking forward to sharing the passion of the Nürburgring with you, either in real life on track or through the screen. Yeah, and now let's prepare ourselves, get a haircut, and yeah, just be ready for the season. Start to talk nonsense. This means I have nothing interesting left to say. So thanks for watching and see you soon on track. Bye bye.